So hello and welcome to an Well side-by-side video. I'm in here repairing punctures in the tube I got. Well, what is turning out to be multiple punctures in on Sunday. I've never put so many patches on one tube in my entire life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to now. Yeah, 5. That's how many holes this tube had in it. And every time I fix one, I find another one. But it's the only way to find them. Fix one, pump it up, drop it in a bucket of water, find out where the air's coming out of, and fix that one. And just keep working my way around the tube. Yeah, it's properly punctured. Them are the two I found last night, and then that one I found tonight, and then I found that one, and I've just found that one. So I'm just working my way round one at a time until I've got another spare tube fixed. Because somebody will be grateful for this tube when we're out on the trail. Because this is a 26. But I could stretch this to put in a 27.5 or a 29. It'll get somebody out of trouble. Even though, yes, I do carry a brand new one on the bike, but I am going mooses. But what I want to do in this video is go through a load of comments I've had and just respond to some of them. Some of them I haven't responded to on the channel yet, so watch the video. I'm going to carry on doing this. I've already recorded the video. This is just the intro now. Thanks very much for watching, and please enjoy. Right, let's go to some of the comments. I'm going to start at the top on some of the published comments I haven't responded to yet. This one relates to the video EV costs, reference the e-bike, because I've built this bike for trail riding, off-roading. And the gentleman's gone, for trail riding, using a hub motor isn't the best option. It's cheap, but the weight distribution isn't the best. Too much weight in the back and the rear wheel. And also a hard tail, which mine is, doesn't work. And he says he'd rather a full suspension bike. Okay, we were building this bike on a budget. This is what I found as a frame to build the bike on. It was a hardtail, so this is what I've built. In some respects I agree with him. That is one heavy hub. Really, for trail riding, what he's suggesting is I have a centre mounted motor. Now, I like this setup because I come from a background of enduro racing, motocross and trials riding. Okay, with a motorbike you've got the engine in the middle of the bike and you've got the drive at the back. Exactly what I've got here, except I've replaced an internal combustion engine with a battery. So I'm used to having all the torque at the rear of a bike. That's what I'm used to when I ride motorbikes. So personally, I'm going to put all the power through the back wheel through a direct drive hub motor. My personal preference, yep, I would have liked a full suspension bike for trail riding, but this is the frame I found. This is the frame I've adapted for what I want to use it for. and this is what I'm going to ride. So I'm not riding fast, I'm riding trails. So I'm happy with what I've built, but the comment, much appreciated, and I do take in your remarks, and I do agree, heavy, all the weight's in the back of the bike, but it's what it is, it's what I built, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy with what I've built. Everybody rides different, everybody wants something different out of the bike, so there we go, this is what I built, end of. Somebody passed the nice comments, another successful ride on the bike. He was commenting on the lovely scenery I've got to ride in my village. Yeah, you're right, the place is gorgeous, it's beautiful. I'm right on the coast in North Wales on top of a mountain overlooking the Irish Sea. Yeah, our scenery is epic. Go inland, Snowdonia's that way, half an hour's drive. I'm straight into mountains when I've left my property here, and I'm onto some epic trails, so I've got a lot to ride on. And then there's just a couple of the usual comments about the auxiliary batteries in the Yaris hybrids. Just people thanking me for information I've put out there, or telling me they've had the same issue of leaving a car parked up, battery's gone flat. We know they don't last very long. All the information's in the videos. I've got a lot of health for review. I haven't responded videos at the moment because no comment ever gets posted onto the channel until I've read the comments, just in case there is any foul language in them, which I don't like. One of them, I've just posted a video called Fully Charged EV, and in it I'm going to admit I've had a go at Robert Llewellyn, Quentin Wilson and the Fully Charged show, because I don't like the way they portray the EV infrastructure and EV vehicles. Watch the video. It's just my views on the way EV journalists portray EV vehicles. In the video I mention Mercedes Actros 600 tractor unit, big wagon, which Mercedes are making as a full EV. Somebody's just passed a comment on the video, so it's a new comment. It's only come in 30 minutes ago, saying he hasn't seen any EV chargers on the motorway services for Arctics. I haven't. I've seen car chargers. I don't know if the Arctics use the same plugs. Something I'm going to have a look at. Another gentleman. This is on the e-bike again, regarding your tyres. Yes, I know I'm on mountain bike tyres that were designed for a non-EV. Well, there's two ways round not getting punctures, aka what I'm doing here, fixing tubes on these EVs bikes, because we've got such heavy motors in the back. Pump the tyre up even harder. That stops you pinching the tube when you do a drop off. But that's not the solution, pumping them up even harder. It makes the ride a little bit harsh. I'm actually going to be putting mousses, basically a puncture-proof inner tube in the tyre. When they arrive, I'm going to do the front and the rear wheel, and I've got no worries then about getting punctures or pinching tubes, which is what happened on Sunday. Yes, there are tyres out there designed for electric mountain bikes with harder compounds. I know about them. This is my very first e-bike build, so I'm using what I've got, and I'm going to learn the lessons as I go along. Yes, mountain bike tyres are very, very soft rubber, and these aren't going to last very long because of the amount of torque this bike produces. I do know all that. But thank you for the comment, and I do read every comment. Thank you very much. And that came from John Appleton, CD7RX. Thank you, John, for the comment. Another one, this is Tips and Tricks 45. Charging your 12-volt battery options. There's two videos that I posted the other day about this, and I quickly opened the bonnet and I did a quick visual check as I was walking around the car, and it asks, have they moved the coolant reservoir? I have a 2020 Mark IV, and the pink coolant you pointed to is where the inverter coolant reservoir is. Yes, you're perfectly right. The one I checked is the inverter reservoir. The coolant reservoir is still in the same place on the 23s and the 24s. Again, it's a check. As I'm working my way round from the brake fluid reservoir, I'm working round. I've already eyeballed the coolant reservoir. I just forgot to point it out. Sorry, you are correct. Nothing's been moved. It is there, and again, it's another visible check. Thank you for the comment, much appreciated. And that came from Steven Spielberg. I don't think it's Steven Spielberg who did E.T., but Steven Spielberg, thank you for your comments. This is one I'm going to have to message back, and it's this is reference the first shakedown run on the e-bike. What part did you use on bike? By part, I'm assuming what parts have I used on the bike in respect of what hub motor have I used, what inverter have I used, what battery pack have I used, what computer, what twist grip have I used. I'm actually going to reveal that in the video next week, because I'm building a replica to this bike next week for a customer, and he wants not this frame, but he's got his own frame. He wants all the components I've got on this bike on his bike, because he's now ridden this on tarmac, on the trail, in the forest, up some hill climbs, and he said he was mightily impressed. He wants exactly what I've got, so I'm actually going to film that build, because I'm going to have time to film that build, because he's given me a week to build it. So I've got his bike coming next week. I've been with him today, we've been through all the parts, he's agreed on the price for the parts. He's going to give me the money, he's going to transfer the money for the parts to me next week. Then I can order the parts, pay on PayPal, get them delivered to my house. Then I can get his bike, strip his bike, and build a replica powertrain onto his bike. But this next one's an interesting build, because it's already an e-bike he's given me. It's a 36 volt 250 watt rear hub motored bike, so it's not just a strip down of his 36 volter, it's also a rebuild of the bike and a rehash of the bike to give it a 52 volt. This one's on 58 volt, and he's only going for a 2000 motor, which he says is plenty enough. That's what I'm building. So Steve Beasley RN60D, yeah, keep an eye out on the channel. There's a video coming up and I'll show you all the parts we used to build one of these. Thanks very much. That is about all the, that's all the comments I've got. I'm going to respond to all these now when I go back in, once I've finished checking my tube for a puncture, see if there's any more. I just thought I'd run through a few comments. Thank you for all the comments, they're absolutely amazing. I do read them all, I just don't get time to respond to them all, but take it from me, they're all read. If they weren't read, they wouldn't be posted to the appropriate video. If you see your comment on a video, that's because I've read it. If you don't see your comment, it's because I've still got it in held for review and I haven't yet got to it. So let's see if I've got any that I've held for review with new responses, which I haven't. No, everything's there. That's all the comments that I haven't responded to personally or posted to the main channel. Thank you very much for going through a few of the comments that we've had in the last week. I'm really impressed with the comments I've been getting on the e-bike. I've enjoyed building this one, and I'm still learning, and I'm still modifying, and I'm still changing things on this bike to make things easier for me for maintenance. And I'm learning as I go along, so each one I build, I'll incorporate all the mods I've done to my bike for the customers, and their bikes will be better than my original build. But being as I'm doing all the mods to mine first, because mine is the guinea pig, which was the whole idea. Guinea pig it first, use my bike, and then I know where I've gone wrong on my bike on the build, and I can make sure I get it right on the customers. So let's have a quick look. Yeah, everything's running as it should do. Thanks for watching. Please consider liking, please consider subscribing. Back to me puncher.